What is up, So Real Gang? How are we doing today? For those of you that don't know, yesterday Crystal finally dropped her video where she addressed Noonie and the FOE situation, and she also addressed Amar's girlfriend Miah and her best friend India about sneaking with Jazz while she was dealing with her. Since Crystal dropped her video, even Tony took to Twitter and stated, "Y'all don't want me to tell my side of the story because I tells it all, baby." She also stated, "I ignore everything. LOL. Drama, rumors, niggas, bitches, shade, everything." Alright, I'ma get off Twitter before I say some off the wall ish. We can crash out, talk about it, or fall out. I don't care. Either way, you're gonna respect me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Tony. They had already had that conversation about the little tension that was between Tony and Jazz. Jazz basically felt like Tony was gonna take my side, whether I was right or wrong, and she ain't fuck with that. So there was, at a certain point of time, there was conversations about Tony being made behind both of our backs. I didn't know any of this was going on. We get to know Matt. I assume that the tension between Tony and Jazz is over with. Okay? No. Obviously, something was said between... I was told that Jazz must have said something like, "Why did she bring them with her?" And I didn't hear that. So even Tony and Shai was like, "Don't say nothing, like, let her say something to you first." So I'm like, okay. We come in, I just immediately go into it, like, why did I hear blase, blase, A, B, and C? And she's like, what? So I end up calling him on the phone. So now, me and Jazz going back and forth with them, and they telling me what I'm hearing, and I'm telling her that they not lying on her, and she telling me that they lying on her. So it's just a whole bunch of shit. So Jazz ends up saying out of the blue, like, "You know what, I don't fuck with none of you hoes." That's when everything went left. Keep in mind, everybody's drunk, everybody's underneath the influence, whatever the case may be. I felt like Jazz was talking to Tony and Shai, and them felt like Jazz was directing that to everybody as a whole. That's when shit went left. Tony got up and was like, "Bitch, who are you talking about?" And keep in mind, Jazz is drunk. Jazz is at home in her comfort of her own house. She said, "You." One thing led to another. Somebody said some shit. I'm not sure if it was Tony. I'm not sure if it was Shia. I'm not sure if it was Ari. Somebody said something.
Crystal, India, and Miah all were going back and forth on Twitter. India stated, "Y'all talking about back door when I never been through a mother effing front door. Make it make sense." Crystal stated, "How did she know that India put a tracker on her ex-boyfriend's car if she and the young lady never spoke before?" India did state that she got that information from Miah and not her, which she didn't mind Miah telling her because Miah was helping her out in a sense. A lot of people were saying India was only talking to Jazz for clout. India stated, "LOL, I don't care for media or views. Don't do drama, never in anything. Haven't spoke on anything, but let me say this. I was never a friend and not even an associate to nobody. Far from friendly, so cut the shit. Kill the fake narrative and take it up with the main factor." She basically saying, take that issue up with Jazz and not me. India stated that she was never on the phone with any stranger talking about her man. She said, kill that narrative, and she doesn't care who fucks with her or not. Miah continued to defend her best friend. It seems like Miah didn't tell India not to talk to Jazz because she wanted her to talk to Jazz. She knew what Jazz was capable of doing for India because she was doing it for Crystal and Amar was doing it for her. When she was going on those trips with Amar, she would have rathered India be there. So that is why it seemed like she had no problem when they started talking. She also stated that Jazz is the problem and not them. India stated, "Niggas come and go. Leave me out ya ish." In the midst of all of that, someone leaked DMs between them and India, where India stated, "Jazz do everything for me. Now eat that up, ho." They asked her about the Christmas gifts, and she stated that Jazz had actually bought all of the Christmas gift that she had posted to her Instagram. She also stated that Jazz pays everything, nail appointments, and sends me money to take off work. She pays every bill she needs to. Mind yours. Let's get into it. Jazz did enter the chat and stated, "It's not my job to be likable. It's my job to be myself. The right people will gravitate." Jazz stated that she will be dropping 2 videos tomorrow. She was moving things into the cribski. It seems like she had a lot to say about what's been going on all day between India and Crystal and Miah. She stated, "I find new ish to laugh at every day." She followed up with, "I promise I don't gotta fuck with nobody. I'm good. If you're not her day one, she doesn't owe you anything." She stated, "Y'all know I've been nice enough, right?" Someone commented and stated, "Nah, tell your side, cause I don't like how they're making you seem thirsty. It takes two to tango. Everybody needs to take accountability and not point the finger at you." Jazz stated, "Say less. Tomorrow, y'all get a video. Whole truth, nothing less." Jazz then stated, "I hate a hoe who act like she got some shit going on. Ho, you broke." She then followed up with a tweet that said, "And nah, I ain't talking about Crystal. We good in my book." She cleared that up real quick. I'm glad, because I'm like, who the broke bitch? Like, who you talking about? Someone commented under the post Jazz stated, "Where you know I've been being nice." Someone stated, "I know you're not talking about Tay." Jazz said, "No, not nothing with Tay. Please don't involve that sweet girl." I'm glad Jazz is picking up for Tay and not involving her with this hot mess. Now let's get into it. Crystal dropped a video where she stated her and Jazz were going through a lot of issues. And she stated the night of the altercation with Noonie and Tony and them, she said Jazz was not in the wrong because she felt threatened in her own home. She didn't have much to say about Jay Long. She did state that Jay Long did pull his gun out while they were in the car. That's where I was confused at, because how did they get to the car? How did they leave the house? When did they leave the house? What happened during, before, and after? You know what I mean? Because why is he pointing the gun at y'all while y'all in the car? But Noonie is stating he pointed the gun in her face. So I can't wait for Tony and Jazz to come and tell their side of the story, just so we can piece all of this together and just be done with it once and for all. I am glad that Jazz is going to make a video, because it's been a lot going on as far as cheating rumors and different type of allegations. Now, a lot of people always say whatever happens in the dark always comes to the light. And it does, because this situation happened almost a year ago. Jazz and Crystal has broken up almost a year ago at this point. And it's not until now we're really hearing what took place in the relationship and what happened leading up to the breakup. I don't believe the breakup was caused by India or another woman. I know the relationship had a lot of trials and tribulations like any other relationship. With the rate of how everything was going, the relationship was bound to end. They weren't doing anything but drinking and turning up most of the times. A lot of time when couples are doing that, it's not because they're having fun. It's because they're hiding from reality, I believe. Sometimes people do know how to enjoy themselves, but I personally don't think a couple that is really enjoying each other's time, that all they're doing is partying and going out, even though they do that for work. A lot of couples like to travel and spend intimate quality time with each other and not include everyone else in the relationship. Both Crystal and Jazz was just getting out of a rough relationship with her baby father and with her longtime girlfriend, Tay. So I don't think neither one of them were ready for anything serious. But like they said, it started off as sneaky link and it got deeper than that. And now we are where we are today. I say that to say, guys, take it easy. Sometimes the vibe can be vibing, and sometimes we rush into things where we overlook so many different red flags and so many different things that we wouldn't deal with if we had our head on straight. Comment down below and let me know, how do you guys feel about all of this?